This looks so creepy. Ugh, I hope I can fix it. Hi there. Welcome back if you've been here before. Welcome if you're new. Today I'm going to try to draw another realistic pencil portrait. So get out your sketchbook, sketch along, and let's draw something. So right now I'm just spending a lot of time making sure that my proportions are exactly how I want them. They still probably won't be 100% perfect, but I'm just doing my best to follow my reference image because I know from personal experience if I don't have a base sketch that I am 100% happy with and I continue to work off of it anyway, I'm not going to be as happy with the end result. Because if you build upon something that's not a good foundation to begin with, it's not going to end up the way you want. That already looks creepy. I don't know what it is about a blank head and a blank eye that looks so creepy. Alright, see now this is the kind of part that messes with me when drawing faces, especially portraits, is that because in my reference image his head is tilted at an angle to where it makes his right eye look much higher than the other one. So when I draw it and I see that, I'm like, oh, I've completely messed this up. There's no way his eyes look like that. But then I look at my reference image and I'm like, yeah, this eye is a lot higher than this one. It can be pretty frustrating, but I feel like for me anyway, getting the base of everything down as proportionate as possible is the most difficult part. Once I'm somewhat happy and tired of messing with it really, that's when I can start in on the shading, and that's what really brings the picture to life for me, is adding the shadows and the highlights. So I'm just going to keep working towards that, I guess. I'm sure these eyes and even the head shape will probably be modified quite a bit, so let's just get to it. So I fixed the eyes. They're a little bit smaller now. I think that's one of my main problems I have whenever I'm drawing portraits, is I make the eyes too big, almost too cartoony, and then it just looks really strange. So I feel like this looks a lot better. The nose obviously still needs a little bit of work, but I'm getting there. I'm just now realizing that I think I drew the mouth too small, so I'm resizing that, and then we'll see how it goes from there. This looks so creepy. Ugh, I hope I can fix it. Redoing this nose because it just doesn't look right. Most of this doesn't look right, but I'm going to erase all of it and redo it. I'll just do it piece by piece until I'm somewhat happy with it. Like I said before, getting the base sketch is the most important when it comes to having, you know, a realistic likeness, especially if you're drawing if you're drawing a portrait of somebody, you want to capture their likeness, and that's one of the hardest things to do, but I'm just going to get it as best as I can. I don't know if it's going to happen. I'm just going to try my best. Now the eyes look too small. Now that I've gotten the nose that looks right, I think the mouth's too big. So now I'm just going to erase some of these grid lines so I can get into starting the shading. I'm not 100% happy with how my proportions are, even though I was just talking about how that's important. I'm just ready to move on, and hopefully I can turn it into what somewhat resembles my son. Okay, so I'm now realizing what looks off about it. His head is too wide. The ear is too far over, so I'm going to just move it, since the ear for me is a little bit easier to draw than the rest of the facial features. So I'm just going to move it. So I just fixed the shape of the head here, and I feel like it helped a lot. It's still a little wonky, and just ignore this weird beard right here. Just trying to get the right shape. It's so weird because I feel like I have it, and then I look back at my reference over and over, and I'm like, no, that's not right. But anyway, let's just keep working on it. Just gonna go ahead and fill in all of this skin with this lightest shade of the HB pencil, just because when I try to use the tortillon, it just looks really like I did here on the jacket. It looks okay on the jacket. Like, I'm not done with the jacket yet, but I don't like the way this looked on the face, so I'm just gonna fill this in very lightly, and then I will build up on the shadows with my darker pencils. Still looking a little creepy, but we're working there, we're getting there. Just be patient with me. So my son's hair is actually blonde, both of theirs are, and that's especially hard to depict in black and white, but I'm going to do my best and just, once again, try to put the shadows where they go and highlights where they go, and that I can have the final image come across as much as I can. So I know at the moment this looks like a really cringy beard on a little boy, but I'm hopefully going to try to blend this out so it looks like much more natural shading. That's what I'm going for anyway. Okay, well, I think I'm going to stop there. I'm not 100% happy with it. I don't think I'm even 80% happy with it. My exact issue is what I was talking about earlier about having a perfect base sketch to build off of before continuing with shading and highlighting. I did not practice what I preached, and this is the results of it. I was just getting so frustrating at working and reworking parts that I just moved forward, and I think this will be a nice stepping stone in my progress when I improve, because I do plan on improving. Something I can look back on, and maybe I'll redo this same one in a few months or so after doing some practicing and see how much I've improved. I think that would be interesting to see. It doesn't look like him. It's definitely not what I was hoping for. I didn't truly capture his likeness, but I am proud of myself for finishing it, because there was at one point where I stood up and I turned my camera off and I had planned to delete all the clips, all the footage of the process of this, because it just wasn't something that I was proud of. But I feel like in order to truly improve, you have to embrace your mistakes, and that's something that's really hard for me to do, but I'm doing it because I feel like it's going to help me, and I do want to improve in my art. So stick around to the end card for more info.